The hype around metaverse-focused companies and cryptocurrencies is continuing to grow. Just in the last week, KuCoin Labs announced a $100 million metaverse investment fund, which is just the latest in many massive funds being created to invest into early-stage metaverse projects. Also in the last week, the creator of Pokemon Go, Niantic, completed a $300 million raise to develop their own metaverse. As these two examples goes to show, there are huge amounts of money being thrown towards projects working on metaverse-related products and services. This is why I've been covering some crypto projects focusing on the metaverse recently, and why today I will be telling you all about some more altcoins working on their own metaverses or providing services and infrastructure that is used to build metaverses on top of. Before I get started with that, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell icon so you do not miss out on more videos like this, as well as everything else I post here on the channel. So, the first project I want to talk about today is Render Network. And by the way, guys, I do not hold any of these altcoins just for full transparency, but I am heavily researching them. So let's get back to Render. So the primary service Render offers is one that will be essential for metaverses, and that is a decentralized GPU cloud rendering network. Render not only is a decentralized option, but it also makes available the power of GPU rendering at a fraction of the cost and speed of in-house rendering. Creating a metaverse is not an easy task, and obtaining the hardware necessary to render everything for a metaverse on your own or as a small project could quickly become prohibitively expensive. With Render, however, anyone can earn some passive income by making their GPU processing power available through the network while they are not using it themselves. Then, when someone needs to render something, the task is split between the available GPUs on the network to quickly and affordably complete the task. So GPUs are the most efficient rendering hardware available and are now included with pretty much every PC and phone, but their power frequently remains unused. Render plans to take advantage of that inefficiency as well as tap into the huge number of GPUs that are being used for proof of mining today, but may not be in the future, such as when Ethereum moves over to proof of stake. So Render Network can be utilized for rendering things related to standard media, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, gaming and more. So the potential demand for their service is massive. The RNDR token is the utility token of the ecosystem and is based on Ethereum. Next up, we have Star Atlas, a play-to-earn metaverse game based on Solana. The game is based in outer space in the 27th century, and players get to explore the depths of the universe in high-tech spaceships looking for treasure, new worlds and civilization, and also much more. Because Star Atlas is based on Solana, all transactions associated with the game are cheap and fast, which is important for the user experience and will make it much easier to onboard new users. If you watch the trailer for the game available here on the site, you will see that the graphics for the game are high quality and show the huge amount of effort being put into the game. Some features are already available, such as the marketplace, inventory, leaderboards, and the ability to join one of 3 available factions, which determine the strategic advantages your character has. The community around this game has been growing extremely quickly, and this is shown by the more than 225,000 Twitter followers and more than 110,000 users in the Discord. As more features for the game are released, it would not be surprising to see the hype around Star Atlas grow even further. There are 2 tokens associated with Star Atlas, the Atlas and Polis tokens. Atlas is the utility token and will be used in-game, while Polis is the governance token. So I have talked in a previous video about the potential for Engine and their Infinity Chain, which is focused completely on the development of the metaverse, and this next project is taking advantage of that potential and hype around Engine. So the project is Engine Starter, and it is a launchpad for gaming and metaverse projects looking to build on the Engine and Infinity ecosystems. So these ecosystems are some of the best available for gaming and metaverse projects, so it's not unlikely that some of the projects launching on them will do very well. Already, as we can see here on the site, there are a number of projects with IDOs coming up at the end of November and the beginning of December. There have also already been several projects that successfully completed their IDOs on the platform as shown here. There have also been a strong demand for these projects, as every single token that has launched so far has reached 100% of their funding goals. There are two ways you could play this type of project. You could either just buy the native AGS token of the engine starter launchpad and hold it to take advantage of the demand that is generated by other people buying it to participate in token sales, or you could actually research the projects launching and take part in some of the IDOs yourself. One thing that is important to note for this project and the native token is that the people and VCs that took part in the early investment rounds shown here got in at a much lower price than the current price, as we can see laid out here on the site. The project is being very transparent about this, however, and has detailed when the token unlocks are and all the different vesting terms for each round. However, this is something to consider if you're thinking about holding long term, because you could get dumped on by the VCs and the people who got in early, and this is something that is the fate of many projects that pumps really hard, and then the VCs and the angel investors, they start to dump. So you always have to be careful when there's a huge portion of the supply actually being locked up, and the VCs are not available or are not able to dump them yet. So be careful about that. This is true for many of the altcoins though out in the market right now, which recently launched, and many of them are still very successful. So the next project I want to tell you about today is another providing a form of infrastructure for other gaming and metaverse crypto projects, and that is Ultra. Ultra is an entertainment platform providing a variety of services, including a marketplace for games, DLC, and in-game items, as well as live streaming feeds of people playing Metaverse and play-to-earn games, ways to interact with your favorite influencers, competitions, tournaments, and more. You could think of it as similar to the traditional gaming platform Steam, but with some additional features and a focus on crypto. As the play-to-earn and metaverse ecosystems continues to grow and mature, there will be a definite need for a platform like this, as most people do not want to have to remember all the different separate sites and platforms to play the games they enjoy and keep track of their items from those games. So the next project I want to talk about today is the sponsor for today's video, and that is Hector DAO, a project creating a decentralized reserve currency on the Phantom network. The protocol is based around the HEC token, which is the reserve currency. So HEC tokens are collateralized and backed by the Hector DAO treasury. In order to maintain price stability, Hector utilizes an algorithmic reserve currency algorithm that utilizes other assets to back the HEC token. If this system sounds familiar, it is because Hector DAO is a fork of the well-known Olympus DAO protocol on Ethereum. To support the growth in market cap of the HEC token, Hector DAO utilizes a few different mechanisms to increase the treasury value and will be implemented even more in the future. First, Hector DAO owns more than 99% of the liquidity for their tokens trading pairs on DEXs. Because of this, they bring in consistent revenue from trading fees. Another form of revenue is created through bond sales. So bonds basically allow people to buy HEC tokens at a discount in exchange for providing assets to the treasury and locking those assets for a short period of 5 days. We can see the available tokens to bond here on the right and the current discounts. While Hector is still a fairly young project, the treasury has already been growing very quickly, as we can see on this chart in the dashboard in the dApp. The next key feature of Hector is the ability to stake and earn compounding yields of more HEC tokens. As you can see, the staking APY is extremely high and rewards are paid out every 8 hours. There are other forks of Olympus out there, but there are several things that sets Hector apart from them and of course Olympus itself. First, the team behind Hector's is highly experienced and has decades of coding experience. The team is also globally distributed, which means there are members active and working on the project 24/7. The Hector community is also devoted to the project and has grown quickly, in part due to the responsiveness and transparency of the team. Hector is also partnering with the other key protocols to help expand their offerings and grow the project. The first major partnership is with the SpiritSwap DEX on Phantom, which offers some of the best farms available. Some other partnerships the team is working towards are with other DAOs to offer bonds, the SUBCRIBE exchange, adding FTM incentives, and working to add staking pools from different industries. Lastly, Hector has been consistently marketing and spreading the word to further grow the community and increase awareness of the protocol. The marketing team has a devoted budget of 10,000 vested HEC tokens, which are used to provide a steady flow of capital for them to use. If you want to learn more about HEC, you can do so through the links in the description. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one.